Hello friends, it's me, Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the Village Pub here on Cactus, where we're checking out a locals bar and grill. Happy to have you along with me, let's head inside. Alright everyone, here we are seated at the Village Pub. Now the Village Pub has many locations throughout the Las Vegas Valley. We're here at the one on Cactus. Now the Village Pub at the Ellis Island is certainly the most popular with its close proximity to the Strip, but I am looking forward to finding out what their other locations are like. So here we are at Cactus checking it out. Let's go and see what they've got to eat. Let me show you the menu. Now here's your menu at the Village Pub. You got your appetizers up top here. Pretty standard looking bar food, potato skins, chicken wings, quesadillas and the like. Here is your salad list. You've got your chef salad, Caesar, taco salad and the like. Here are burgers, sandwiches. All really good looking here. Very nice. Looking on the other side of the menu, we have the specialties. Looks like got your steak and shrimp, chicken fried steak, fish and chips, barbecued ribs. Now here's a 24-hour special, steak and eggs for $9.99. That's available all day. We're here for dinner, so they don't have their breakfast menu available, so that's going to be the closest we get. I'm definitely going in on that. And then here you have some Italian favorites as well as desserts and your beverages. Yeah, very nice. Not a bad looking menu there, plenty of options I'm looking forward to trying today, and you know how it goes in my videos, every restaurant is a buffet if you're willing to pay, so I'm going to get a nice variety and together we'll see what this restaurant's all about. Appetizers are coming up first, I'll see you when they arrive. Welcome back everyone, our appetizers are here and this is looking really good, let me give you a view. We got some potato skins as well as a loaded quesadilla and some chicken strips tossed in a buffalo sauce. Really good looking start, let's give it a try. First up, I'm trying the chicken tenders. Now you have your choice of being able to get these in hot, medium, mild, teriyaki, or barbecue sauce. I opted for medium today, let's give it a shot. You know what, not bad. A very crispy exterior here, a really nice texture. The chicken inside is tender, but I wouldn't call it super moist. The buffalo sauce here is a little milder than I was expecting for their medium version. I was certainly expecting some more heat here, but that said, a perfectly fine chicken tender, I don't have any serious complaints. Let's dip it into some ranch and give this a try as well. Yeah, that's fine. Really good ranch here, has a nice tangy flavor, and it's very creamy. I don't know there's a lot of cooling that's needed for these buffalo wings, given that they're not all that spicy, but the richness certainly helps with the bite. These are pretty solid chicken strips here. Next up, we have the loaded quesadilla. Now you have the option to have this served with chicken. I decided not to today. Just kind of wanted something very classic. Let's give it a go. You know, I'd say those are just okay. They did a nice grill job on the tortilla. It's crispy on the outside and acts as a great vessel for the quesadilla. I actually do like the use of jack cheese here, although I wouldn't say it's perfectly melted. Not a lot of cheese pull. There's a couple of areas that aren't all the way done. There is a cilantro crema that's been applied to the top here that is providing a nice richness as well as a little bit of that fresh flavor. They do have some poblano chilies in here. Unfortunately, there's not a ton of them throughout the quesadilla. And I would say the bites that you don't get a ton of that poblano in is relatively straightforward, kind of plain tasting. If you're not looking to be very adventurous with your palate, the quesadilla does work fine for that. It is served alongside 3 different dipping sauces. You have guacamole as well as sour cream and salsa. Now in quickly trying all 3, I can tell you the salsa is 100% the way to go. The guacamole and sour cream are fine, but they're very straightforward and what you're expecting. I actually really like the flavor of this salsa. You can definitely tell that they use charred peppers here. There's a really great smoky element in that salsa. Overall, I wouldn't say it's bad, I just wouldn't say it's blowing me out of the water right now. And the last appetizer to try today is going to be the potato skins. A very classically prepared potato skin here, although I actually do like the introduction of putting the bacon underneath with the cheese on top. We'll try it straight up first. Yeah, you know what, not bad. A really nice tasting potato here. You definitely get that starchy flavor, but it has been cooked just enough to leave a nice firm texture, though not really resistant to the chew. The bacon definitely adds a nice salty element here, and you do get that nice mild flavor of the cheese, as well as a little bit of richness in that bite as well. I think my biggest issue is that unfortunately the overall bite is relatively dry, not a ton of moisture in the bite. I imagine that's why it's served alongside ranch and sour cream. Dip it into some of that ranch, and we give this a taste. Oh yeah, much better. The introduction of the moisture is 100% making this a much more delightful bite, and that tangy cool ranch is actually a welcome flavor as well. It helps break up a ton of the richness when it comes to that potato on its own. I'd be sure to include ranch on every bite. Alright my friends, now that is our appetizer round. I'm joined by my brother-in-law today, so we're going to be working on this, and then we're going to get another round of food. I think some handhelds sound pretty good next. I'll catch you in a little bit when that arrives. Welcome back everyone, and our next round of food is here, and this is looking really good. Let me give you a view. We got an order of their cheeseburger as well as a tuna melt and their California chicken panini. You have a choice between steak fries, skinny fries, and sweet potato tots, so I decided to get all three, and this is looking really good. Let's give it a try. First up, we're going in on the cheeseburger. Now you do have to assemble the burger yourself. Hopefully I did a pretty decent job here, and this is looking like a pretty solid burger. Let's give it a taste. You know, yeah, that's pretty good. Now we asked for our burger cooked medium. It's definitely looking a little closer to medium well here, but not a really big detractor. It still has a nice beefy flavor. A moist burger patty as well, not dry at all, and it does have great levels of seasoning. No real complaints when it comes to the burger patty. The veggies themselves are fresh enough, providing a little bit of crisp in the bite as well as that freshness. And I definitely enjoyed the bite from the raw red onion here, as it really does help cut through a lot of the richness of that beef. Nothing to write home about when it comes to the bun. Slightly crusty on the outside, and it is relatively soft in the center, but this particular burger bun is a little more dense than I would particularly prefer. I opted for American cheese, as I always do on my cheeseburgers, and it's working well here. Well melted with a nice gooey richness. If they were to nail that medium cook as well as maybe season their vegetables a little bit, and this could be a really great burger, but honestly no serious complaints, it's solid. I'm going to try the accompanying steak fries we got with this. This is looking really well seasoned. Let's give it a taste. You know, I'd say those are just okay. There's a decent fry job on these, a nice crispy exterior, though the centers are a little more grainy and dense than I would prefer. I don't really have any complaints when it comes to the seasoning of these french fries. They've certainly done a great job there. It does have a good potato flavor. I just wish they were a little bit more pillowy in the center, but otherwise these fries are fine. Next up, the tuna melt. Definitely a big fan of tuna melts, and the one here is actually looking really good at the Village Pub. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's really nice. A ton of butter on this white bread here. There's an incredible richness to the bite. I actually really like the tuna salad here. I want to say this is the perfect ratio of mayonnaise I like in a tuna salad. Not too much mayonnaise, just enough to give a creaminess to the bite, but not so much that you can't taste the tuna. I actually love that you get a really robust flavor of the tuna fish here. It definitely comes toward the middle of the bite. The celery provides a nice crunch, and in general the tuna salad has been seasoned very well. I think what I love most about this particular tuna melt is that they've added American cheese on both the top and bottom slices of bread, really allowing you to appreciate that cheesy flavor, as well as providing an additional salty element here. I like it a lot. This is about as good as a standard tuna melt's going to be in my book. And with the tuna melt, I decided to go with the skinny fries. Let's see how these stack up. Oh yeah, that's good. I definitely prefer their skinny fries over their steak fries. There's a much more pillowy center when it comes to these. Equally great seasoning job, seriously no complaints there. But the softer texture of the potato here with the skinny fries is really welcome. It's definitely my choice between the two. And the last hell we're trying today is the California panini. I guess if you put avocado in anything, it's Californian. Let's see if this reminds me of where I grew up. Wow, okay, this is really good. The toast on this French bread is absolutely perfect. They must have had a super hot panini press back there because it has a nice crispy exterior, with a little more of that crusty denseness that you get from French bread in the center. The grilled chicken here is fantastic. Plenty of moisture still left in the chicken here, they didn't overcook it at all, but you definitely get some nice charred flavors from the grill. The chicken's been well seasoned, not bland by any means. The sandwich is already off to a great start. The avocado provides a nice creamy richness here, and the tomato provides a little bit of sweetness. The star is absolutely this basil pesto mayonnaise that they've applied. The floral notes from the basil and that pesto here is really good. It really elevates the overall flavors of the entire sandwich, and then you have a little bit of saltiness and richness coming from that Monterey Jack cheese. This is really great. I like the sandwich a lot. And the last bite to try from this round is going to be the sweet potato tots. Beautiful orange color to this. Hopefully this is good. Those are delicious. A beautiful crunchy texture and just the most perfect tot center. Just a little dense but still fluffy with that potato. The natural sweetness from these sweet potatoes is absolutely delicious. Because it is coming from a natural sweetness as opposed to a ton of sugar, it really is easy on the palate. And I want to say there's just a hint of cinnamon on these, also providing a bit of a woodsy note. A very light dusting of sugar also amps up those flavors. I cannot believe how delicious these sweet potato tots are. I would get this as the side for any sandwich every time. Alright everyone, now that's all of the handhelds for today. My brother-in-law and I are going to continue working on this a little bit and then start packing some stuff up to go because we got another round of entrees coming. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back everyone. Now we have our next plate, and with my next plate I decided to go with their one breakfast item available for the day. They do have a full breakfast menu available, however we're here a little bit late for that. I believe the breakfast menu ends at 2 p.m. So here we have their $9.99 24-hour availability steak and eggs. I mean, this is a really stellar looking deal here. Advertised as an 8-ounce steak, this is definitely looking closer to 10 with potatoes, toast, and eggs. Really excited for this one, let's go in. First up, we're going in on the steak. I asked for a cooked medium today, and this is definitely looking cooked to temperature. Nice little pink center here. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's great. The chef absolutely nailed the cook. Perfect medium here. A nice warm pink center, while still moist and tender. Certainly not the best cut of beef here. We're not talking prime, definitely closer to choice. But the preparation is excellent. It's been well seasoned. Definitely get a little bit of char flavor here as well from the grill. This is perfectly fine, no complaints when it comes to the sirloin steak here. Next up, we're going in on the eggs. If you watch the channel long enough, you know I like my eggs over medium. Looks like a proper cook here. Let's give it a try. You know, that's fine. It's certainly well cooked. Still a runny yolk here with fully cooked whites. There's a decent amount of butter that's been applied for some richness, and you certainly get the overall flavors of the egg. My chief issue here, unfortunately, is that the egg's actually not seasoned at all. I don't think there's a pinch of salt and pepper on this. I'm not sure if that's the recipe, but I certainly would appreciate a little seasoning here. Next up, we'll try the breakfast potatoes. They do look well seasoned, but unfortunately to my untrained eye, it does look a little under. Let's see how it is. You know, unfortunately, a bit of a miss there. The potatoes are ever so slightly under. Once you get to the center of the bite, there's definitely some rigidity there, and no one enjoys a hard potato. Now, although these potatoes look well seasoned, unfortunately, they are not imparting a ton of flavor. I wouldn't exactly call it bland, but it's definitely flirting with that line. A slightly undercooked texture, as well as a pretty plain tasting potato. Unfortunately, not my favorite bite of the day. Last bite to try from the steak and egg special is going to be the white toast. Now you do have your choice with toast, it's not just white, however that's what I went with today. Certainly looks well buttered and toasted. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. A slightly sweet white bread here. It definitely does taste like one of the better loaves you can buy from the grocery store. Has a nice toasty and crispy exterior, and you get a nice rich buttery flavor in the middle of the bite as well. Really straightforward toast here, no complaints. Alright everyone, and that is their $9.99 steak and egg special, available every day, 24 hours a day. Honestly, the steak alone is probably worth that price, so I'd say this is a solid deal. My brother-in-law and I are going to continue chomping on this a little bit, and then we'll see you for our last round of entrees. Don't go anywhere, I'll be right back. Welcome back, my friends, and we have our last round of entrees today, and this is looking really good. Let me give you a view. I got a half rack of their barbecued ribs, as well as their chicken pot pie, and a order of their baked penne pasta with shrimp. This is all looking really tasty. Time to give it a try. First off, we're going in on the pork ribs. Beautiful half rack of ribs here. I was able to take off the last bone. Super juicy looking meat. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's really tasty. The pork meat is so tender here. It's definitely falling off the bone. Really great cook on the ribs. I actually really like the barbecue sauce here. A really great balance between the smoky, savory, and sweet flavors. And it really lends well to the flavor of the pork. I will say the seasoning blend is a tad salty underneath that sauce, but it doesn't detract from the overall flavors too much. I like it. I'm definitely a fan of the ribs here. Next up, we're going to try the accompanying potato salad. Looks pretty straightforward to me. Let's give it a taste. Yeah, that's not bad. The potatoes themselves certainly have a nice cook to them. Very soft on the chew, no real complaints there. The dressing for this potato salad, I wouldn't exactly say it's bland, but it could certainly use a little bit more salt. But it does have a nice level of black pepper giving a little bit of bite. There is a ton of lemon in the dressing as well. There's a really sharp acidic hit here that's actually pretty refreshing. I don't know if I was expecting it per se, but it is working well with the potato salad. I think just a little bit of an amped up seasoning and this could be really good. And next up, we're going to try the coleslaw. Both potato salad and coleslaw come along with the ribs here. I believe you can also sub them out for french fries, but we've already tried those. Let's see how the coleslaw is. Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Nice crispy vegetables. I certainly appreciate how fresh they are. The dressing here is very light. With a ton of vinegar, there's a lot of tang here. I think because of the amount of vinegar, just a little additional sugar would help balance that out a little bit, but otherwise the flavors are pretty solid. There's a good salt level here. I personally would appreciate a little bit of additional black pepper, but I don't have any serious complaints. This is a good coleslaw. The rib dinner is also served alongside some garlic bread. I believe the same garlic bread is served with the pasta that we got as well. Let's see how this is. Oh yeah, that's really good. I believe they're using the same French loaf as they used in that panini sandwich earlier, so you're certainly working with some pretty good bread up front. I really like the garlic butter they've applied here. It certainly has that nice slight spiciness of the garlic with a beautiful richness coming from the butter. They've also toasted on some parsley, giving a little bit of that slightly woodsy herbal note. It's a good garlic bread. I like it just fine. Next up, we're trying the baked penne pasta. You have an option between shrimp and chicken. We decided to add some shrimp here. And this is looking really good. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's very tasty. The pasta noodles have a decent texture here. I wouldn't exactly call it al dente. Certainly softer than that, but I imagine that's because they baked the entire dish after the cook. The sun-dried tomato cream sauce here is actually very delicious. Sun-dried tomatoes have a beautifully robust flavor, and that's certainly pronounced here in the cream sauce. Tons of butter and cheese here, and the seasoning in the sauce is good as well. A nice big garlicky flavor, along with the richness and saltiness of the cheese. The shrimp here are truly delectable, really plump and succulent, and they actually do still impart a nice briny flavor in the middle of the bite. That I was surprised about. I didn't think their flavor was going to come through with a meal this rich. The application of parsley here is very nice, again applying a bit of that woodsy floral note. I can certainly see myself taking a very long nap after eating this whole plate, but I do like it. The flavors here are very good. Alright everyone, now the pasta does come along with some garlic bread, but we tried those with the ribs, so the last bite we're trying today is going to be of the chicken pot pie. This is an absolutely beautiful pot pie. The color on this puff pastry is just magic. But you know, it's all about the flavors for me. Despite how good something looks, hopefully this is good. Oh, that is so good. It's certainly been a long time since I've had a chicken pot pie, and the one here at the Village Pub is excellent. This puff pastry is so unbelievably flaky and buttery. It's everything you want in the topper of a pie like this. The gravy inside is so unbelievably thick. Such a rich and creamy gravy. I'm really in love. And it does have a robust flavor while still allowing you to appreciate the flavors of that flaky crust. Once you bite into the chicken, it's another dimension of flavor. It's really, really juicy chicken meat, very tender, falling apart in that gravy. I got some celery and carrots in my bite as well. and the woodsy notes coming from those root vegetables are really nice here. This is such a hearty and inviting dish. I'm getting a very warm sense of welcome here when I'm going through this chicken pot pie. I really adore this one. Alright everyone, now that does it for the food today. My brother-in-law and I are absolutely stuffed. We're going to go ahead and pack all this up to go, and then we're going to get a little bit of dessert. Don't go anywhere, sweets are coming up next. Welcome back everyone. Now our dessert just got here. This is looking really good. Let me give you a view. We got that really big ice cream chocolate brownie thing. That's the official name. And this is looking super decadent. Happy to give it a try. Let's go in. I've got a nice spoonful here of this brownie thing. A little bit of ice cream and whipped cream as well. Let's see how it tastes. You know what? Yeah, that's pretty good. The brownie is still warm, which I absolutely love right now. Very chocolatey and rich. There's also some walnuts in the recipe, providing an earthy nuttiness in the bite. And the brownie is very soft. I appreciate that a lot. Nothing really wrong with vanilla ice cream here. It's smooth and creamy and has a nice sweet vanilla flavor. The chocolate and caramel sauce is certainly providing a ton of additional sweetness. Not entirely sure if I need that much additional extra, but it's certainly providing a rush. And the whipped cream here is nice and airy, providing a little bit of an airy texture in the bite as well. I wouldn't say it's anything super unique, but it's well prepared enough. This is a good brownie dessert. Alright everyone, now that does it for my dinner here at the Village Pub on Cactus. Dinner for my brother-in-law came out to $151 today before tip, and I gotta say I really enjoyed my meal. In my explorations of trying out a lot of these local bars and grills, this has certainly been my favorite so far because of incredible dishes like that pasta, the pot pie, and the ribs. I think the $9.99 steak and eggs deal is one of the best you're gonna find around, although if I come back for that one, I might just go ahead and ask for those potatoes well done, just to ensure they get a proper cook through. I think the food here is really great, reasonable prices, a solid choice for a local eat spot here in Las Vegas. Now everyone, I hope you enjoyed another Tuesday video where we explore local eateries here in Vegas. I'll be back on Saturday where we check out another touristy spot, most likely on the Las Vegas Strip or nearby. So until then, thank you so much for watching, have a great week, and I'll see you on Saturday. Bye.